Welcome to the Healing Spirits Here and There podcast with Terri and Amanda, where you'll hear spiritual perspectives, weird mediumship experiences, and try intuitive and trust-building exercises for yourself. Join us every Friday. Like and subscribe to never miss a show, and let's get started. Welcome to the Healing Spirits Here and There podcast. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Terri. Today, we're going to talk about following up on the pet readings that we had did 2 weeks ago. And I have results back from all of the pet owners. And you guys are going to be amazed because Amanda and I were. Right?
Yeah, really surprised, especially for myself. So we also just
what did I say? Don't sell yourself short. You're like, Terri, you just go. I just don't like to hear people what they have to say. I like to just go what flows off of my mouth. And so when someone says something, then I don't want to take what you said, even though I could have gotten it. You had stuff written down, so it doesn't matter if you got the same thing, right?
Because I made notes just to make
I did not. Yeah. And I didn't think I could do as well as we did.
Yeah, I mean, I've never looked at a pet picture before and tried. I've definitely done people pictures, and those, I just feel like the information comes so easy, but pets was definitely a different thing. So it was really fun. And yeah, so hopefully you guys will be excited to hear the information. And we just wanted to also say thank you so much for being so patient with us. We were all so sick. Terri can tell you she was super sick. You guys know on the last episode, I said I was in Arizona. Well, when I came home, before I came home, we got stuck at the airport for 17 hours. And it was just a wild ride. And I think we all picked up some nasty virus or something. And just the whole household has just been terribly sick. And actually, Noah is still sick, my baby. And so it's been a week. It's been terrible. And also, I just wanted to tell you guys that for anyone who's been praying for baby Noah, that's my baby. And so I just wanted to thank you so much for all your prayers, all your thoughts, all your loves, and meditation. For those of you that have been doing that, it's been super helpful. And I know that Terri's been putting updates. And so he's, besides being so sick this week, he's doing really awesome. He has his second treatment coming up. Hopefully his last, we'll see. We keep having to put it off because he's so sick right now. But we're going to
But not because of his chemo. He did very well through that as a 16-month-old baby. So
yeah, no, this is seriously just some gross virus because I got it, David got it, and Noah's just so little, and he doesn't have that much exposure. So he's just staying sick longer than us. And I'm just hoping that he has an appointment Tuesday, which is for you guys right now, because we're obviously not recording on the day that this comes out. It's just a couple days away. And so I'm just thinking he's too weak for the appointment because he hasn't eaten a whole meal in like a week. So probably put it out again, but we're going to resume meditating. And so for those of you that are doing that with us, thank you so much. I know it has made a humongous difference. And for those of you that are watching that don't know what I'm talking about, my 1.5-year-old has cancer. And he's doing really good with treatment, though. So that's what we're talking about.
Right. And I have to say that, because it's not a constant post, it gets pushed down and people don't see it. When you give me the update, then you send me something, then I go and post it. But there are a few of them that are still attached to it, and they're sitting there and they're sending me private messages. How is the baby doing? And then one time I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But then they were like, yes, the baby with the eye. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Noah. I'm like, I don't have a baby. So yeah, Noah. And I give my little update, and that's when I reach out to you and say, okay, they're asking. So I
Mhm.
just love it that we keep updating because I believe in power by numbers in
Yep.
anything and any type of praying. So when I light my candles, it's always Noah's always in it. You know, your family's always in it. Yeah, this little guy's going to make it because he has to,
Mhm.
because we're all praying.
Yeah,
It's going to
and
be
it ain't
fine.
easy. I'll tell you that
No,
it is not easy, but
no. The stories that you tell me, I'm just like, wow, wow. You're doing an
yeah,
amazing job. Good job.
we're definitely doing the best we can, trying to have a good attitude. So, thank
Yeah.
you all.
So let's do, I'm going to read these. So let me start with the horse, number 74.
All right,
Oh,
guys. Oh, and nobody made any comments. Y'all are in trouble. Maybe you just thought it in your head.
no one practice. You know, this is what it is. We put it up there to practice. Then you're supposed to say it. And then once it's there, don't be afraid to be wrong. Amanda wasn't.
Mhm.
I wasn't. I didn't think I could do this really good, whatever. So if you're not practicing, I don't want you to say, oh, yeah, I got that too. Where's your proof? You don't get to just say, oh, yeah, I got that too. No, where did you write that? I want to see what you wrote. I want to give you kudos for doing something right, for practicing. Not that I'm kudoing that you're doing something wrong, but at least you're trying, right? It gives you the confidence to put something on the page and says, oh, I think the horse eats pickles. I don't care. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden,
Mhm.
yeah, the horse does eat pickles. So whatever, just try. This is what this is all about. There's no failing here, right?
Yeah. And if
Just
anybody didn't watch the last episode, real quick, we decided to read pet pictures and we were just encouraging you guys to read the pet pictures with us and leave a comment in the comment section. But no one left a comment of what they thought. And maybe y'all did it at home and just wrote on a notebook. And if so, that's really cool too. And you'll know today if you got anything right.
right. We want you to participate.
Hmm.
All right. So Amanda has went over these because, to be honest with you, just like in a real reading, I don't remember what I said. Amanda took notes. She can validate what she said. But Terri didn't take notes. Terri decided to throw it out as if it was a client that just came in and just start babbling what I got randomly. And that's what I did. So Amanda went back and highlighted who got what right. So thank you, Amanda. Keep in
Hmm.
check.
Hmm.
So this is Wyatt the horse. She says, so Wyatt is my horse's name. He is considered a war horse, meaning he competed in over 50 races in his career. Very rare for a horse to do. I got him when he was turning 8 and retiring from racing. She says, and this is in green, so this would be Terri, and she's yellow. Amanda's yellow. I'm not aware of
I
any major.
I highlighted it for Terri, so that makes sense for you guys.
Okay,
What
good.
she's
I'm
talking about.
green and she's yellow. So she says in green, I am not aware of any major feet or leg problems, but in all honesty, I haven't asked him to do much since I've had him. So that's not to say that there isn't any issues. He is due for his teeth to be checked. So I'm curious if he lost a tooth because that does happen. So apparently I was talking about stuff like that. Then
Mhm.
Amanda's in yellow next, and she says he is very emotional and sensitive. Most horses are, but he does take it to another level. Then he doesn't get lots of apples, but he is obsessed with peppermints and has his own bucket of them outside his stall.
That is so
Now
silly.
I'm going to pause right there because I felt like I was getting the apples. My treat was right there. I was getting my treat right there. Do you remember that?
So maybe it
But,
was more about right there and not
right,
the actual
right.
treat.
And red, I seen red and peppermints red and white. But what I'm going to
I
with
see.
is you always see peppermints around me, and I'm surprised
Mhm.
peppermints didn't pop. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean? Because it's one
Hmm.
of your mental notes, right?
Hmm.
So just that would have been something that you could have used it for. I just wanted you to know to attach that to your memory thing.
I wonder
In
if peppermint, oh, sorry to interrupt you. Peppermint could mean like, for me, like grandma or something. That could be the way I use it
You got
now.
to assign it, right. So every time
Mhm.
you see peppermints, stop and think what's going on. And then you can
Mhm.
attach, this is a little off kilter, but you're learning. We're all learning, right? So
Yeah.
this is like she's going to take the peppermint. When Amanda sees peppermints, it's always my grandma with me. That's how she sees it. That was my grandma's favorite. So now that's like me having a sign, and now you're going to add another thing to it. Okay, it can be
Mm.
just a peppermint. So when you're explaining in a reading, well, it's either a grandmother figure or we are going to reference this person or animal must have liked peppermints, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so you got your own dictionary going. Oh, I got goosebumps. This is right.
Ooh, I gotta
So you
write it
got
down.
you're going to write it down
Mhm.
because, when I get a butterfly rose hit, it's different things. Rose could be the rose name, but rose could be a
Mhm.
tattoo. So, and the butterfly
Mhm.
could be just a butterfly, right? Right. So it has multiple meanings.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, cool. Oh, so
Okay,
look at you
wrote it
writing stuff
down.
down. Okay, fine. Carrying on. In green, this is Terry. There is a tree in his area. I'm not sure if he takes naps by it, but they do rub on it all the time. You mentioned there is a name with a C or a K. Our other horse's name is Cola. Also, I'm so curious about the military guy. I'm not sure what that could be quite yet. Very open client because she doesn't know quite yet. It could be her husband's side. My question to her was, I wonder who owned the horse prior. Did he have a
Oh,
military background?
okay.
Right. So I did
Mhm.
ask, but I don't know yet. Um, she said, so remember, I had said something about the horse likes a favorite tree. And I feel
Mhm.
like I like to take naps underneath it. So she couldn't claim it, but there is a tree, right? So the
Mhm.
next day I get an update on this, and it says also about about the baby part. I'm not sure what that could mean either. So we're still out on that. What I said, updated. My husband just told me he sees him all the time napping by that tree. So,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes we don't click it, right?
Mhm.
I like
Yeah,
that.
like you just like the person doesn't have the information in their head right then, but it doesn't mean that it's not relevant. And so you might
Absolutely.
pick it up later.
That
But isn't
happens
it
in my
incredible, Terry? You read your clients face to face, whether that's in person or over a FaceTime or
FaceTime.
however you do it. But just from looking at a picture, you can gather so much information. And like for me, I'm not a practicing medium or psychic or anything like that, and I picked up a lot of information. So for all of you guys out there, I just want to remind you that this is what I would consider a natural sense of ours, right? I didn't try
Absolutely.
real hard. I just kind of looked at the picture and saw what came to me. And so for you guys, it might be different. Maybe you don't visually see something, you just get a feeling. But I just want to remind you guys that you have so much going on with you. That's a gift that you maybe just aren't actualizing, right? And that we don't think about all the time. So I just think
Mhm.
that's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool too how it comes out. The
Mhm.
next pet will be the orange cat, which was number 43.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Okay.
she says, I just love her testimonial. She says, this was so much fun. Thank you for choosing my cat. Cub is a male cat, and he is 7 years old in October, and he is 12 pounds. He's extremely fluffy. He looks like he is huge until you pick him up and realize it's all hair. We also have another cat named Woody. He has the short hair, and he is a solid 16 pounds. They are
And
brothers, and we
you know,
also have
I think you had said 16 pounds or something. You
12 or
said
16. Yeah, had a number.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
didn't highlight that part because I couldn't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure you talked about that.
Yeah, and something I think about a sibling or something being close to somebody, mom, brother, whatever. Yeah, I do. I do.
Mhm.
And we also have a beagle dog named LB. This is her observation notes. In yellow for Amanda, she goes, keen observation, secret ninja. This is what Amanda said.
Mhm.
Cub is our cat that likes to be up high on a shelf, top of the cat tree, or in back of the recliner. So
Mhm.
good job.
Keen observer.
Then, yes. And then in green, this is something she's validating for me. Pissed off facial expressions. That might have been you that had face pissed off as well. He
Mhm.
has known for his intense stares. It seems like he is plotting something, lol. We call his expression the crazy eye look. It looks like he is about to snap. This cat will go crazy for the reflection of headlights on the wall. He will launch himself from the shelf or bed trying to get to the reflection. We used to let the cat sleep with us until Cub decided to launch himself from our bedpost onto my head and then into the air after headlights reflections on the wall from passing the car in the middle of the night.
I had a cat who did that. It was so horrible. Get on the top of the headboard and literally land on my face over and over. And I was like, this isn't
Mhm.
gonna work.
We have an admiral's bed. If you know, an admiral's bed takes 2 steps to get up in it. So it's really a high bed. So it's cupboards underneath it. And then above that is a huge headboard, right? And
Yeah.
my cats like to sleep on top of it. Oh, it can't be the 7-pound cat or the 10-pound cat. It's the 22-pound cat. And he jumps down in the middle of the night and goes right for the gut. And you're just
Oh my god.
thrown forward. I know exactly what she's talking about. So no, I
Mhm.
don't walk him out of the room. I need that emotional support. I just now mindfully, me and Les both sleep on our sides.
God. Freaking
Okay,
cat.
we
So
just what we
funny.
do for our animals. Back to
Mhm.
this. Amanda had said something about standing and waiting for treats for the pets.
Mhm.
Our cats are kept in a flex room, and that is separated from the east of the house. It contains a kitchen and the garage area of the house. It's a large room with half made into a room for our oldest son. The door has a glass window, and Cub will pound on the glass to get our attention that he wants food and or out of the room. The cats do not get in the main house without supervision because they are naughty and eat wires and shoestrings and strings on the blind.
Oh,
You
that's
know, I
so
had a spot about X the spot. X marks the spot. I also think that that's might not be peeing, but I'm tearing things up, right? But whatever. She goes,
yeah.
loving the cat, but massive attitude. This couldn't be truer. This is in my refer. All these next ones are referring back to me. So this couldn't be truer. He's a snuggler and loves to lay in your lap next to you. But you were right. It's on his terms. He also will bite when he is done with pets. I said that. And she
Mhm.
goes, he would be so sweet and rub his face and body into your pets and then swat you. He also
Mhm.
gets irritated with me when I pick him up and hold him like a baby for tummy rubs. He gets that look of loving it and then hating it at the same time. I had him as an alpha cat, a boss cat. And she's
Yeah.
like, yes, our dogs love to play and will get in the cat's space, and Cub will smack the dog until LB leaves him alone. So,
Mhm.
charge. I'm shorting these a little bit. Then there was X marks the spot. I didn't want to say that I was marking my spot, but somehow I felt like I am. Not necessarily peeing.
Whether it's tearing something up or like
Mhm.
that's his area, not
Right.
necessarily marking it. Yeah.
Right. So she goes, oh, I'm not 100% on this one. However, I have shared before, both cats are kept in the flex room. Unsupervised in the main part of, unless supervised in the main part of the house due to their chewing habits. So that's where I would
Mm.
collect that totally. They are indoor cats because I said I think I'm an indoor cat.
Mhm.
So Chester is the name. Both cats got their names from sports team mascots. Cubs are my old high school mascot, and for his brother Woody is the mascot for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Because you said the
So
name Chester.
I don't know if did I say Chester or did
Mhm.
I say C name? Oh my God. Like,
No, you
oh my
said
God.
Chester.
I better go watch this video. So
I think you did.
yeah, I don't know where I don't know.
You said I
Anyway.
want to call him Chester or something like that. Like he looks like a Chester or something. I think.
Oh, oh my God. I
Hmm.
gotta go watch that. See, I'm learning. So, um, then I felt like I was feeding him like cheese or potatoes. Did
Potato
I say that?
chips.
And I said that right. She goes, one cats act like they are starving all the time. However, they get fed every morning and every evening. I have shared pieces of my cheese sticks with them and a few times pieces of Cheetos. I don't
Yeah.
do this very often because both cats are chunky. So then I got that I do not like my nails clipped. And some people would say when you're validating this, well, what cat would?
Right.
My cats will sit and lay in my lap. 4 out of the 6 will let me do it. Like it's time to pamper.
Oh
So
wow. I
4
never
of
had a
my
cat like
6 will
that.
let me do it. Yeah, I start young. Start young. The vet's office has a file noted that he can be aggressive when getting his pedicure.
I am not surprised.
I'm amazed. I'm amazed. Way to go. There you go.
You're
So,
aggressive.
what did I do
Oh,
wrong here? That was the horse. Oh, this is what I did wrong. This is this. Okay, that was the end of that one. That was very good. She had a lot on that. Um, this next one will be number 13. And she wrote, she starts off my email like, yes, thank you so much. I cried happy tears. I left this comment
Mhm.
on the Facebook post. So she went to my Facebook post. So she then sent it to me. It says,
Mhm.
starts off spot on. Porter passed away in August from congestive heart failure. He was overweight because he loved snacks and was a very laid back boy. He had a cough, which Amanda got from his many years struggling with a heart murmur. So, and I had
Mhm.
heart.
Yeah. And I
He
had
was a
that he was
wonderful,
sick for a long time before he passed
right,
away.
right. Good. See, yep, that's yes, for many years. That's why it's highlighted. So
Mhm.
he was a wonderful boy surrounded by 3 kiddos, my husband and I, for a few years. He also had a fur brother when he was younger. He is cremated, and his ashes and paw print in clay are next to my bed. He passed at 11 and lived a very happy life. He was the
Mhm.
best boy. I think I had maybe an age reference, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Um, he was a friend to all dogs and people. I love him so much and I will forever miss him. And then there was a PS, and this is to Amanda. Yes, as he got older, he became less tolerant of kids and puppies. So you were right there also. Sent you a heart. Thank you so much, she said.
Mhm.
So that was the doggy on the beach. And our last one is number 79. It's the dog. And my baby girl, Sadie Rose, AKA my princess. In green, which is something she's validating for me, R and P could be Rose or Princess, because apparently I referenced initials. We
Mhm.
also had a dog she was best friends with named, I think it's Peppy or Pappy, Papi. Then she goes to Amanda and it says she was a true mama's girl. I got her when
Mhm.
I graduated high school and she grew up with me through my young adult life. She was with me through moves, relationships, marriage, and the birth of 4 babies. She has so many family members and those who loved her. Then she backs up to validating me. She was like my emotional support animal. She would lick the tears from my face whenever I was sad. She cuddled with me and made me feel better. I took her everywhere and she always expected to go with me. You both were spot on with all this information. Then there's a next section is the next part, all yellow, is for Amanda. When you say walking a tightrope, walk a fine line. She would get on my chest when she wanted some attention and put one paw over the other and crawl up to my face, doing the paw over paw. I honestly can't believe you read that from her. It was Sadie's thing. Good
Mm.
job, Amanda. Because
Thanks.
we were joking about it, and you said like this, and I'm like, oh, like I'm walking on a tightrope, and you're like, yes.
I almost
Then
didn't say it. I
no,
almost
I
didn't
told you.
say it
I don't care.
because it didn't make
Say
sense.
whatever.
But that's why you just say whatever you get.
It's not yours to make sense, right?
That's
Right?
true.
Right. Whatever. I'm going to give you what I get. I'm okay to be wrong. So
Yep.
she was also very lazy and had a spot on the couch and slept in our bed. She also had her own favorite toy. It was not a ball, but a squirrel stuffed animal that she carried everywhere, and we called it her baby.
Aw.
Okay. When she passed, my mom was holding her paw while she laid on the couch. Another thing you picked up.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're back to me. She did have heart failure, had arthritis, and had terrible back and leg pain. She could not jump, and we had to be carried. She most definitely could have had bladder and kidney issues. We didn't have her checked for that. She is cremated and on my living room shelf with her collar in a shadow box for us to see. You picked up on that too. You read Sadie Rose perfectly, and I'm so amazed on the little things that you picked up that made her her.
Mm.
So then I started getting messages, Terri, I want to do this. Can you do a reading? And I was like, I don't do pet readings. But I like personally to do them in person. I like to do them in person.
So if it's for an animal that passed away, yeah, good job, good job. And to anybody who did it, I hope you got some validation too. And if you didn't, well, you gotta try next time. But okay, so if you do pet readings, would you prefer to see the person? Because if the animal has passed away, you can't see them in person.
Yeah, but remember we talked about the lizard in my office, and we talked about the dog or the cat that has showed up. And I don't know why they all just don't show up, but like I said, the last year I have really picked up on it. Now I don't know how many years ago it was that I went to read that horse, but I like if some dog or cat has something going on, I think I like to be in person. I think I want to touch. I think I want to feel. I want to get into
I
their
see.
feel. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I can't say I can't do it anymore,
No, totally. Yeah, this
right?
might
I
open
can't
a
say it.
new type of reading for you. I guess that just depends on you. You're saying no, but I'm feeling yes.
Oh, dude, I would love for somebody to want to read my cat. Look, I know pet readers. I know how to refer people out to pet readers,
Yeah,
right?
you really do, because now you're a at-home pet reader. You don't need to
That's
refer
okay.
them out.
That's okay. You're not far behind me.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
I was thinking back because I was thinking about the podcast and what we were talking about, what we should have talked about, what we were going to talk about when I wasn't feeling well. And I recall that I have helped a couple of people find their pets. And
Mhm.
so sometimes sporadically, I will get those that come in, and I'm thinking, dude, I don't know what the hell to tell you. And then I'll say,
Mm.
well, you got to try. So I think this, and this. If they can validate, half of what I'm saying, well, then keep doing this because this is what I think happened. You know,
Gotcha.
that's
Yeah.
remote viewing. That's remote viewing.
Mm. Well, and
See
I just want
where
to say,
somebody was.
mhm, mhm. One of the reasons I think it's so important for everybody to start reading pictures, whether it's an animal or a person, is because there's a lot of weirdos out there, you guys. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. And if you can get some background on people to know if you should be working with them, if you want them around your kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is something we got to practice just to really know who we're working with or like who's around us, right? But the only thing with that is you can't always get validation. You just have to trust your guts or your intuition. But
I would say I couldn't fly like that. So I would say that I would find a friend and say, hey, give me a picture of your deceased animal, or give me a picture of your animal. Well, if they're your friend, you might know, but you might not know at all. I talk about my pets like they're my kids, so you would know more. That's why we decided to put it out there, because I know Brody-ish, and then some of
Brody's my
my
dog. Hmm.
yeah, Brody's her dog. And she knows some of my cats. She might not know everything, but this was the safest way to go into this without not knowing anything.
Yeah.
It was not fun for me to sit here and wait for validation, though. I'm like, did you go to the podcast? Did you take notes?
I know, and then Terry waited like a week to send me any of the info. I'm like, could you just tell me how we did? But she was super sick, and
Couldn't get to the computer. It was all right there on the computer. If I would have only made it upstairs, you would have had it. But I
yeah.
had taken all their pictures and connected it with the numbers and connected it with what they were saying on their own sheets into Word. So all I had, it wasn't something that was even saved to even send you.
Right. I get it. I get it. It was okay. I was patient. And
You're real patient.
so, and you guys, just because of our combined sickness and everything, we're not really going to start remote viewing this week, unfortunately. We'll do it when we do it, and apparently it's just not going to happen today. But if you want to
We
learn,
are working on getting way more organized with our content. I have started this OCD thing over here that man has no clue about yet. But I've got all the calendars out for the whole entire year. And I'm sitting there looking, okay, what should we do here? What should we do here? Well, I got to talk to man about this. So that way we know in advance and we're not scrambling. But you know what? You have a baby that is top priority right now. And
that's
so
really
we're not.
kind of what's thrown us. Like we have to drive to Seattle all the time. He's recovering. We're recovering.
Go get COVID tested, and then you have to go
There's
next somewhere.
one appointment is like 4 appointments. It's
Mhm.
like all encompassing. And so that's been going on for a little while. And so that has really thrown a wrench in trying to get organized with the podcast. It's like we're just so overwhelmed at home, just running around, like
Mhm.
trying to get everything done. And it's really emotional and
Mhm.
really just overwhelming. And so I do apologize because usually I'm organized and
Mm.
I like to be ahead of the game, but
Mhm.
I just
Mhm.
can't do it. But
No. No,
eventually.
absolutely. Do not apologize. Do not apologize. Family first. Always family
Mhm.
first. Got to take care of our own, because that's what you have to do. But now we've learned lessons through it. Like, okay, we are going to start doing 2 at a time. So when
Mhm.
we're both sick, God forbid, that we have, hey, it's done already. It's okay. We have 2 weeks to recover. It's okay. That's good. Let's go.
Mhm.
So, or maybe we'll get so good we won't record no more. We will just jump on and do what we do live.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Yes.
just, it's a learning thing. And, we were just getting organized really. And
Mhm.
then that happens. But, that's life. Plot twist. Here's a new challenge. So
Yes. You know
figure
what
this
I
out.
admire about this a lot is with you, is because I kept quiet when all this came down, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt that Noah was our focus. And yes, I said our focus because I'm part of your family. I'm always there with your mom. I'm always there with you. So here I go.
Mhm.
Sherry's going to cry. But I expected us not to do the podcast anymore. And I was okay
Oh,
with that,
wow.
because I was
Mhm.
okay with that, because sometimes I wonder, I don't really know why I'm doing this. Is it helping anybody? And we're not always about mediumship. Sometimes we're about, loving ourselves. Well, yeah, you can't be your most authentic self if we don't take care of the stuff that's inside. So to me, it all plays a part. It's a stepping stone. So, but I'm okay to
Mhm.
put it away. But then I didn't say a word to you. And then all of a sudden,
Mhm.
you brought it back in. I had to let it go back in because it's all about Noah. And at any moment, I would say goodbye to this for your sake of sanity, right? So I just
Yeah.
want to know that I think that staying with it the way you did is because we both have a drive to be here, but it kept you busy
Yeah, it gives me
ish.
something to think about too, because
Mhm.
there are certain aspects of dealing with this very small child who you can't explain anything to, who's literally getting traumatized over and over. Like, that
Right.
makes me want to implode, right? Like, I
Hmm.
literally can't handle it.
Hmm.
And it's like we're getting secondary PTSD going through these appointments and just
Hmm.
watching his personality change because he's
Hmm.
so traumatized. It's it's so much that if I didn't have something else to do, I don't know what I would do. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So it gives me something fun to do,
Hmm.
an opportunity to
Hmm.
chit chat with you and have something that keeps me active and busy. And so I
Hmm.
think it's really good for me, and
Hmm.
you know, and
I'm
help
just
other
saying that's
people.
pretty good for you. I'm really proud of you. I'm really
Yeah,
proud of you.
yeah, because it's hard, but it
Hmm.
also it makes me feel good because through this show, it may not seem like it yet, or I don't know if anybody's doing it, but the point of the show is to help people and to help empower you through trusting yourself and your intuition and growing yourself. And so that makes me feel good too, is
Hmm.
trying to help people.
Well, it's also like I was just on the Desire to Inspire podcast, and she was talking about advertising our podcast. And she
Mm-hmm.
says, it's you talk about other things than mediumship. And I said,
Mm-hmm.
yes. We So I guess, but we have a mixture. There's stories to be told, but someone might be listening and saying, look what Amanda's going through. I'm going through X, Y, and Z, but she's staying busy, or this is you know what I mean? It's
Mm-hmm.
shareable. It's just like when some people think that we are all alone in our grief and you
Mm-hmm.
don't know what I'm going through. But then every story is different. But then there's this web of somehow we're all doing it the same. So we kind of
Mm-hmm.
know, right?
Yeah.
So,
And just a reminder that we never know what someone's going through. You know what I mean?
mhm,
Like sometimes I go to the store and people are like, "Oh, your baby's so cute," and in my head I'm like, "He has." I don't even like to say the word. I'm like, because it's just hard. I'm like, "Yeah, he's really cute. You have no idea what we're going
mhm.
through." If I'm in a bad
Right.
mood.
And you got to keep a straight face in that. You got to keep your shit together, right? You know?
Yeah, and
But
then for
even if
those
someone passes over, it's the same thing. It's just, we all have to, we're all grieving about something, that's for sure.
absolutely, we are, and we're all going through something. You know,
Mhm.
the levels are all different, but it doesn't matter because it's our personal challenges that we're overcoming or going
Mhm.
through. And so,
Mhm.
yeah, like Terry said, just knowing we're not alone because
Right.
everybody's dealing with something.
Right.
And so, yeah.
And then when I want to back up to being sick, mine is reoccurring. Mine has been happening for 6 years, and
Mhm.
mine is digestive. So mine has a lot of pain wrapped around it, and it knocks me out for just drains completely. I can't get off the bed, right? And it's really sad. So I have now reached out. I'm at my wits' end. I'm tired of them
Mhm.
saying, I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know. I'm an anomaly. And so I reached out to a medium friend of mine in Canada and asked her, does she know any medical mediums? She's referred me to two. One is in Ireland. I'm sure that waiting list could be probably a few years. I need more help now. So I reached out to her second one and I have that reading. This is interesting. So I'm sharing this because I've never experienced this before.
Okay.
She only gets my name and I
Mhm.
pick a time and she sends me the results through email. I never talk to her. I never see her. She don't know what I look like.
Mhm.
So I'm eager to see what she comes up with. On the form, she asks me only 3 questions. What 3 areas do I want to look at?
Mhm.
So I didn't really think I had 3 areas. I know how two, but so I went with what two I gave her. And so
Mhm.
I'm eager to see what comes back. And, you know, how much I fully share with that, or whether I just fully say, hey, I've never experienced a medical medium like this,
Mm-hmm.
or do I keep my mouth shut? I don't know yet.
Well, we'll see what happens after your reading.
Yeah, it's
I've
Wednesday.
had a
So,
reading, like not a medical one, but a reading where you just send your question and they
uh-huh,
never see you or anything. And did you ever watch Psychic Teachers or listen to the
uh-uh,
podcast Psychic Teachers?
uh-uh.
Oh, okay, there's two ladies, and it was one of the ladies. I don't remember her name right now. Oh, Samantha, Crystal Chick. That's what she would go by on Instagram or her
Mhm.
website. Anyway, she's an excellent medium, and or maybe she's just a psychic. I don't know. It doesn't matter in this case, but she gave really good readings, and she never saw me, never talked to
Mm.
me on the phone. Anything, was all through email, and I think I've got throughout the years 3 different things from her, and they were all really good.
Mhm.
So we'll see. Isn't it interesting how people just do it different?
Well, I told you I was just on that podcast and I didn't feel good. She knew I didn't feel good and they were not
Oh,
putting
why
me
don't
on
you
the
tell
spot.
people what the podcast is?
It
So if
was
they want to watch
Desire
it.
to Inspire with uh, Janet Hickox, our astrology lady that we had on. They have a positive podcast, and her daughters do it. So they're co-host. And
Cool.
so they have it, and they reached out and wanted to have a medium on. So they had me on there. And it was clear right up in front I wouldn't be reading. And lo and behold, it was kind of cool. I'd never experienced that. I guess that's a different side of being live, right? But we were just
Mm-hmm.
chit chatting. I didn't expect for Heather to make me cry, talking about me. It made me just like whatever. But then they were reading the questions that were coming in. So Heather was reading these questions, and so they
Mm-hmm.
were being directed toward me. So I was just like, "Oh my God, people are talking to me." It was like really cool. I was like really, I didn't feel good, but I felt really jazzy about this. Oh, jazzy, that's a Terran
Jazzy.
sign. Jazz, that's Terran's thing. Jazzy. So, anyways, this woman had mentioned about going to a service this weekend, right?
Yeah.
And wanted to know would everything be okay. She didn't really ask to talk to anybody. Boom, I was reading her. And I said, "Oh, let me try." So all I had was the name and
Mm-hmm.
I went blah blah blah. The only thing is I wasn't aware of getting validated, but then she was validating and then Heather and Jen were both going, "Yes, she said yes. She said yes. She said yes."
Mm-hmm.
So it was really, really cool, you know.
Yeah.
And
Just
then, of course, I called you and told you last night, Amanda, you can't believe what I did.
what?
I did this reading without knowing who it was on live, and
Yeah.
you said,
Yeah. Of course you did. Like, I'm just surprised that you're surprised.
"Dude, I'm going to be really honest right here." What the heck? I want to be so honest right here. I
All right.
am this amazed every single time.
What?
Every single time. Absolutely swear to you. I swear to you. If you could watch my readings and the stuff that comes out of my mouth, and they're like, really? And I'm like, oh my God, that shit just happened. So, because I'm so amazed, because let's be honest here. Some people like, I have a friend, he's a medium, and he wears glasses. And when his sign to spirit is, don't bother
Mhm.
me, don't give me information unless I take my glasses off, then that I'm good to go. Now you can talk to me. Okay. And it works for him.
Oh my God.
That's his
That's
thing. I know
hilarious.
another one who will go in and wash her hands right before a reading, and that's her sign to spirit. I am ready for this information. Okay. It's like turning on a switch,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
my switch never turns off.
Maybe you should make an
So,
off switch.
so this is why I think I am
Say,
amazing myself sometimes. Oh, whatever.
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I do know that
Maybe
they
you should
won't
make an
give me
off switch,
when I'm
Terri.
sick.
Mm. Well, you don't have enough
I know.
energy, I suppose.
I do know when I'm
But,
sick that they shut me off. I just
you
think it's
shut down,
funny.
girl. You shut down. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's a little
And
team
some
up there, right? The Terri team
yeah. Okay, look,
has
this
a
lady is
team.
not listening. She is not resting. She is not eating right. She is not doing this. So watch this.
She's cut
Then
off.
I'm like, and then I'm like, hello, I had to cancel 4 clients. I have no place to
Mm.
replace these people. I'm really sorry. And maybe most of them, all of them, I had one that wasn't quite okay with me being ill. Like, they really need this. I get this, but
Mm-hmm.
it's okay for me to say I'm sick and not feel bad about it. But I feel really bad when I let somebody down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course. Well, maybe you could, you know what? I'm starting to think that if you wanted, you could start doing email and it wouldn't even matter.
Oh,
And you could do it that way, but you wouldn't get, you know what I'm
shit that
saying? You
comes
don't
out
even
of
need to
your
see a
mouth,
person's face
Amanda.
anymore. Isn't that true though? That's what you know. On the podcast, you don't need to see a face. You don't even need a name. So
Whatever.
you're
Whatever.
you're
I'm not
evolving.
going for it.
You're
No,
either
no.
evolving or you always could do that and you just didn't know. Probably that one.
That's what I think. And I'm just like, wow, I can't believe that happened. And I'll come in the house so
Yeah,
excited, I'll go call Les and say, oh my God, you cannot believe what just happened.
that's funny. So you
Energy.
guys were coming around. Yeah, well, the information's out there. Information's everywhere. Um, we want to give y'all another chance. So we picked one more pet picture. And because nobody participated that we can tell in the comment section, and now you know it can work and maybe you can do it, we're going to put up one more picture right now. So you guys pause it and just look at the picture, write down anything that comes to mind, any feelings you get, whatever. And just don't worry about if it's right or wrong. Just have fun with it. So we're going to try it one more time. And then next week, we'll just do that one pet picture and, give info so we can see how everybody did. We're not even going to read it right now or give any info on what we say either. Just
Nope.
it
Zip.
goes up. Zip.
Zip.
So, um,
I'm glad you guys are
I'll
feeling
cut all
better.
that
I
part out.
send prayers to Noah. Keep Miss
Mhm.
Noah, I meant to say, keep Noah, Mr. Noah, in your prayers and his family, his whole family. Keep them in your prayers. Happy spring.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We both wore yellow today without planning it.
No plans.
Woohoo! The sun is here.
Oh, we must have been
No,
vibing.
we were
Yeah.
vibing. Yep. Well, we will see you next week, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us and letting us get so personal today. We appreciate you. And as you heard, we really we get a lot from doing these shows. So thank you.
Mhm. Yeah. From my heart
Mhm.
to yours, I love you.
Mwah.